Hello everybody, this is Big Daddy Rocker Gamer, and this is another episode of Let's Play Heroes of Might and Magic 4. Last time we were running around here and started just grabbing stuff in this mission. And we stopped right before going down into the underground. Because if I'm not mistaken, this is where our next set of scares will come from. Now, I'm just gonna blur him. Now, we have found ourselves a rather simple formula right now. Lysander basically does everything. He's not allowed to do anything else. Okay. That sucks. Mass Mass blast. Yeah, they're going after my poor. Sending Lysander up here. And I'm just going to set him up with regeneration too. I'm going to start boxing people. Yeah, they're spending a lot of energy taking down the You're not allowed to attack. What's wrong with you, Lysander? So, let's just go up and slap this guy around. Let's just do that. Bind his wounds to make sure he doesn't die. For some reason he's not allowed to attack. That's weird. No one's allowed to attack this thing. Why is that? Gonna be one of these weird debuffs. Yeah, I lost a lot of my forces here, but that's okay. Most of them comes back. Cloud of Despair. Okay. Fair enough. Alright, let's go down and fight these guys. they come to me, so I might as well just do this. What? Mass server? And I'm gonna find retribution. Where is retribution? Yeah, I like retribution. Retribution is a good skill. As you can see, this is rather smooth sailing. My reinforcement keep dying, but that's okay. I'm just gonna go stat up everything on the Lysander because he is the one that will be needing it. I'm just gonna send this Crusader back and forth for a little while. Ah. Down here. Okay, no Crusaders there. I suppose I should send them down here. Get me some reinforcements. Press of gold. I might as well give it to him. Retribution and regeneration. That more or less is it. Any ranged units I have will pint the way at them, but this is basically over now. Yeah, let's just watch how this plays out. The Lysander can't lose once he has those two buffs. He's just that strong. These guys are a little bit different because they might be able to reach anyone. Gonna hide my vulnerables down here. Retribution. Regeneration. I'm just gonna run him down here. Well, let's just do that. Yeah, okay, fine. Set up retail on here. Your priest is well done. See. Not bad. Now let's see what else we can do here. Month of the Troglodyte. By the time Lysander brought St. Brandon's staff to the Oracle's towers, I had found that Protheo and I agreed that we were surrendering too much to gain the seer's help. That staff has powerful healing properties, Protheo argued. It's insane for her to ask us to give it up. Imagine the good we could perform with it. Lysander said, I'm going to give it to her. How do you know this oracle is going to be of any help? Before Lysander could reply, Adamus said, Please, Protheo, Lord Lysander doesn't need that kind of advice. Maybe he does, Protheo insisted. Secretly, I was rooting for the gluttonous priest, but I didn't have the courage to voice my opinion. I made a pact when I started this quest, and I won't renege. Now, go somewhere and stuff your fat mouth with a chicken leg or something and leave me alone, Lysander snapped. Protheo's wide face went completely red. There was no evidence of his usual jovial manner. For a moment, I thought he would attack my master. If you're too stubborn to admit that you're about to make a big mistake, then maybe you're too stubborn to realize that Wharton is the true Griffin Heart heir. Maybe it would be best for everyone if you took your arrogant rump off Palaidra's throne, Protheo responded. Lysander's fist clenched. I immediately jumped forward and grabbed my lord's arm. Adamus too stepped in front of Protheo's huge form. The big cleric had too much respect for the older man to bowl him to the ground. I'm giving Saint Ranan's staff to the Oracle, Lysander stated. By now, we recognized the Oracle's tower the moment we saw one. Lysander ordered a short break for the troops. These trials are meant for me, he said. I go on alone, just in case there is any danger. I opened my mouth to argue, but my lord handed me the reins of his steed and ordered me to tend to the creature. I wasn't in the habit of disobeying direct orders. Later, Lysander came out of the tower with a scowl on his face and immediately called Adamus forward. What's the point to all this, Adamus? Now she wants Saint Ranan's staff. The priest paused for some time before he answered. She's the only one who knows the meaning behind her tests. I guess she refuses to speak to someone who cannot separate themselves from the power of an object, such as Saint Ranan's staff. I am not some errand boy, Adamus. I don't have time for all this running around either. Lysander blurted out ill-naturedly and stormed off. Once again, Lysander entered the Oracle's tower alone after Protheo stormed away to fume in silence. I see. Some of these events happen a little bit out of place because I picked up the staff before I came down. I stood outside, waiting and wondering what the Oracle's last test would be. And then the tower faded away like an old memory, leaving Lysander standing alone. He looked over his shoulders. Our eyes met. "Free me!" he shouted, but there was something wrong about his voice that I couldn't quite determine. And then he burst into flames. I think I screamed and ran forward, removing my cloak along the way. Lysander wailed in agony, slapped at his burning skin. It was horrible. I finally reached him, threw my shoulder into him and knocked him to the ground. I dropped my cloak over his fairy body. My own hands caught fire, but I ignored the pain as I tried to smother the flames. Suddenly, Protheo was at my side, throwing his own mantle over Lysander's body. It wasn't enough. The flailing and screaming from beneath our cloak stopped suddenly. Fearing the worst, knowing that my master was dead, I lifted my scorched garment. Although the sickening stench of burnt flesh clung to the air, Lysander appeared unharmed. He was unconscious, but otherwise unharmed. How could this be? Don't mess with magic, boys. Don't mess with magic. actually. Like that. As you see, at this point, the heroes are so strong. They can fight the battle, most of these battles. And there we go. The evil eyes are an annoying enemy because they keep debuffing. Oh, expert resistance. Resistance. Let's see if I can have my... Even though Lysander was left unharmed by the blaze that consumed his body, Protheo and I came away from the incidents with burns of our own. Adamus managed to heal our blistered hands, but they still stung painfully. I hadn't slept since. My lord's strange words still rung in my ears as loudly as the roar of the flames. "Free me," he had said. "Free him. But he's right here, still in command of the army." This morning he came out of the tent early and ordered everyone to be ready to march in half an hour. He was already dressed in his armor. I wondered why he hadn't summoned me for help, but I never got the chance to ask. Soon I was busy preparing the troops. Adamus was just about the only person Lysander had talked to since the mysterious burning. Was my lord upset with me for some reason? Later I learned from Protheo some of the details of my lord's private conversations with Adamus. Perhaps it was a shared injuries, or the way Protheo reacted so quickly when we tried to save Lysander's life. But my feelings toward the loud priest had changed. I realized now that Protheo's excessive eating and drinking wasn't selfishness on his part. He just liked to live life to its fullest. And he was the only person I could talk to now that my lord had become so quiet. "I think I understand better what happened to Lysander," Protheo told me. "Really?" I said excitedly. "Please tell me, because I still don't understand why he was left untouched by that fire." "Well, it was some kind of shared spiritual thing. Lysander's soul swapped places with an angel. The man we're looking at may look like Lysander, but inside he's really an angel." "What? How can this be?" "Someone trapped this angel nearby. He's suffering in incredible torture. That's where the fire came from," Protheo explained. "But if Lysander switched places with this angel, he's being tortured right now, isn't he?" "Yes. Constantly burned alive, but never dying, never falling unconscious. It must be horrible," Protheo said, his deep voice cracking with emotion. Why would Lysander volunteer for such a thing? Or did the Oracle of the Dawn force this on him? Curse her and her tests. So, let's go and fight some orcs. Good things about orcs: they cannot debuff. So all of my usual shenanigans work here against them. Yeah, it lasts forever, and I think that's it. I feel bad for these orcs, they had no chance. More of these annoying ogres. Alright, up we go. And here we go. Oh, thank you, thank you. Son of at this point in the game, the heroes can win most fights on their own. Badge of Courage. Yeah, sure, that works. Good retribution. Regeneration. And now I can watch Lysanders solo this. I'm just gonna speed forward with this. Easy fight. Send up some retribution, regeneration, oops. Again, I'll just skip forward. Easy peasy. There we go. This might be different. We're gonna body block in our units here. Easy peasy. Once more. I didn't even use buff spells this time around, I just trunched them. And Lysander is getting all the buffs again. Because Lysander really is where it's at. I see it now. I've been watching Lysander closely, and even if Protheo hadn't told me that an angel soul now resided within my lord's body, I would have suspected something was wrong. This was not Lysander, although he had the same unfaltering determination. No one knew what torture Lysander was going through better than this angel, who had experienced it for more than a century, so I understood why he pushed us so hard and fast. But still, he wasn't my lord, and I wouldn't rest until we freed Lysander. His soul would not suffer one moment longer than it had to. That, I swear. I really want to have more nature magic stuff. Let's just get Master Combat then. Dwarven Hammer. Just gonna wait one more day. I'll do like this. Before us was another one of the Oracle's towers, but the door to this one was locked. When Protheo tried to force it open, we all heard a disembodied voice echoing through the cavern. Only the two who are one may pass. Only the one known as Lysander and the angel known as Te Athalon. And so I hoped for the first time that my lord's soul still lived. Only he who passes all my tests may pass. Okay. Okay, so there's one test here somewhere I haven't found. Or have I? Alright, here we go. So, regeneration and regeneration. Retribution. Oh god. That was a little bit too close. I'm gonna bind his wounds. Now I'm gonna defend a mass blast. These were big crowds of enemies. Much bigger stacks than I expected there to be. I think I have it controlled now, but yeah. That was much closer than I wanted it to be. Although Lysanders' hand reached to open the magical prison, it was Ethelon who opened it. A burst of flames shot skyward, threw Lysander back to the ground where he lay still. Then the flames died suddenly, and a great pair of wings spread as the angels soared to freedom. I rushed to my lord's side, lifted Lysander's head to my lap. I could tell by his confused and exhausted expression that his soul was back in his own body, so I shouted for water. If there is ever a time for something stronger, this is it. It will cool his nerves and soothe his pain, Protheus said, handing me one of his special flasks. It was a good idea. Before long, some color returned to Lysander's face and he opened his eyes, focused them first on my face, then on Protheus. Then Athalon floated down next to us. How is he? The angel asked. I'll recover, Lysander said. And you? Athalon bent over and kissed my lord's forehead. We are friends forever. Come, let me help you find the oracle. There was much to be done, but I didn't want to leave my lord's side. Prothea must have noticed my reluctance as he placed a hand on my shoulder. Go ahead and get the troops ready. Adamus and I will care for him, he said. We are priests after all. By midday, we were on our way again to find the Oracle of the Dawn. Now, that's interesting. My little woofs. My little wolves will be running around. Lysander and the angel, Athalon, touched the door together and the oracle's tower simply disappeared. You have passed the last test, Athalon said, placing his hand on Lysander's shoulder. Let them run. Blur. Oh. That's a scary bunch. Okay. Song of peace in these Medusas. Alright. It's not smooth, but it's not horrible. Yeah. At this point, most of these fights are very, very easy. Mainly because my forces are so strong. My heroes, I mean, not my forces. Magic Fist. I don't like this. This might go bad. Now let's go down and see. My angel died. My crusader died. I think you can bind Lysanders wounds. I'm not sure if I get to keep the angel here. I don't think so. Grandmaster life. Cowardice and the magic order. So, okay, that's not so bad. So, regenerate on Lysander, and regenerate on the Lord. Send my Crusader back in safety. And where's retribution? There we go, retribution. And retribution. I mean, why not? They're trying very hard. And here's Lysander back in the field. There we go. Flawless victory. Grandmaster combat. Let's make him hardier. I think this is the end. I think I expected the Oracle of the Dawn to be white-haired, wrinkled, and stoop as if she were bending beneath the great weight of her mystical power. She turned out to be closer to my age, attractive and shapely, with strawberry hair hanging in kinky strands down her back. The Oracle wore a simple yellow robe cinched at her hips with a silver chain. She was drawing a broom over a blue and gold fresco pattern on the floor. I didn't even notice it was a depiction of the rising sun, until much later. Such was this woman's ability to captivate your attention. "You're the Oracle of the Dawn?" Lord Lysandra asked. Next to him was Adamas. Protheo and I remained several steps behind. "I am." The Oracle crossed the floor and leaned her broom against a narrow column before approaching my lord. She stared into Lysander's eyes and smiled. "You almost failed," she said, "several times." "I know. But you are here. That is a testament to your courage, if not your determination. What will you ask me, Lord Lysander?" The Oracle gestured for us to follow as she walked into the back of the temple where a large window opened towards the horizon. "You don't know?" Lysander said. "Yes, but I wonder if you know what question you want to ask." "Which will it be, Lord Lysander?" Will you ask me about Sir Wharton's past? Or will you ask me about your own? Lysander didn't answer. And for the first time I saw the inner battle being waged within him. What a fool I had been. Of course, someone like the Oracle could reveal the location of his siblings. My lord's long search could be over if he just asked this woman where to find them. But then he would not have the information he needed to expose Wharton's lies and save Palydra. What a choice! It wasn't fair. Before I could stop myself, I stepped forward and blurted, "Why not tell him both? He has earned it. He has passed all your trials." The Oracle turned to me, but her expression was unreadable. Lysanders, however, was unpleasant. "Milton!" he snapped. "Remember your manners." I faded back, trying to disappear, but inside I fumed at the Oracle of the Dawn. "Which is going to be, Lord Lysander? I can tell you that all your siblings still walk this plane of existence. I could even tell you where they are." Once again, Lysander hesitated. "Or I could help you uncover the truths of Sir Wharton's past. All you have to do is ask." After what seemed an eternity, Lysander swallowed, as if preparing himself, and said, "Tell me of Sir Wharton's past. Is Sir Wharton a Griffinheart?" There was an equally pregnant pause before the Oracle of the Dawn answered. She turned toward the window and stared at the blue sky for some time. Finally, she took Lysander's hands in hers and rubbed them almost lovingly. "To seek the blood, seek the steel. The first step of many, take toward the wheel." "Thank you," Lysander said. My lord leaned forward and kissed the woman's hands. She smiled and said, "You are more part of Palydra than you know, Lysander. Good luck to you." Our audience was over. We turned at once to leave. I was the last one to the door, and then I heard the Oracle call my name. "Yes," I said nervously. Had I angered her with my interruption? "What is your purpose?" she asked. "What? What is your purpose, Squire Milton? Why do you exist?" I still wasn't sure what answer she expected, so I gave her the first that came to my mind. "To serve my lord, Lysander." "Is it?" she said doubtfully, as if she knew something I did not. The Oracle of the Dawn reclaimed her broom, leaving me more confused than when I came in.
It is a frightening world out there, deadly even, but hiding is no way to deal with it. Not everyone understood that, so Lord Lysander expected trouble when we marched into the isolationist territory known as the Wheel. But even he didn't know just how hard they would fight.
And just like last time, I'm going to start up the map and end the episode there. Nearly a week after our encounter with the Oracle of the Dawn, we arrived at the border of that rebellious region known as the Wheel. The survivors of the Reckoning, who blamed the destruction of the old world on rulers like Queen Catherine and King Kilgore, gathered here a few years ago in a community bound by one motto: "Leave us alone, and we'll leave you alone." Very Republican. Until now, Lord Lysander had been glad to oblige. He had his own worries for now. but his experiences dealing with the barons of the Wheel had taught him one thing. They would never allow him to enter their land freely, especially with an army. From a hilltop, we stared across the border into the Wheel. In the morning, we would cross into enemy territory. I'll say it again, oracles just aren't worth the effort, Protheus said. Adamus shook his head in disappointment and said, My dear Prothea, oracles provide us the answers to mysteries we might not ever settle on our own. Yeah, but what they put you through tests that most men cannot pass. If you do survive, like a brave Lord Lysander here, then they give you a riddle as an answer. What good is that? Knowledge is never easily gained, Lysander said distantly. His behavior had been cold ever since his meeting with the oracle. Adamus added, Have you deciphered the meaning of the oracle's riddle, Lord Lysander? Not all of it yet. To seek the blood, seek the steel. The first step of many take towards the wheel. Adamus repeated the Oracle of the Dawn's riddle. Obviously, I'm supposed to come here to the wheel, Lysander said. And to seek the blood refers to my quest. I'm searching for Sir Walton's true blood, his true parents. What's this part about the steel? Protheo asked. That I cannot say. The answer will come, Adamus said confidently. Protheo snorted his distaste, but thankfully he took a drink instead of speaking his opinion. Lysander came to his feet, leaving behind most of his meat. Tomorrow we enter dangerous territory, he said as an excuse. All my previous attempts to reason with the barons of the wheel have been quickly and rudely rebuked. Well, I no longer have time for diplomacy. It's a shame, Adamus said. I'm kinda looking forward to a good battle, Protheo boasted. Lysander returned to his tent to be alone. He was grieving. He was mourning the loss of his best, and perhaps last, chance to find his siblings. Once again, I cursed the Oracle of the Dawn for forcing him to make a choice between family and Palaedra. Alright, and that, as they say, is that. This has been a fun run. I'm going to save now. And I'll see you guys next time. This is Big Daddy Rocker Gamer, and it's been a pleasure.